Yo.
Hey, get on the game, bro.
What we need?
What you mean? Get your big, fool.
Man, alright, I'm hopping on, bro.
Alright, bet.
Bro, they never want to let me play guard, bro. I get tired of setting screens and grabbing rebounds, bro. I want to be able to get a buck sometimes, bro.
Yes, man, it really is me.
Who?
Mizzle, aka the instant burner, man. And please don't be like that guy.
What you mean?
Because today, guys, I'm gonna give you guys pretty much an ISO center, or pretty much a center that can play center and have fun. Because we all know when you're asked to play the center position, you really don't have fun. You see me just snag that out the air. You really don't have fun. Look at me just pushing the break with my ISO center, and I get on the rim. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what you're gonna be able to do with this build. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're playing the troll lineup. We don't even have a point guard. Look at that. You're gonna be able to shoot like you see right here. I wouldn't advise not having a point guard like we have right now. Look at that. But look at how I just take that shot, bro. Confidence. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise this, but you know what I'm saying? None of us really play point guard like that on the threes. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my ISO center and see what I can do, bro. And look, he could not be stopped. Look at this, bro. I'm just running the break, doing everything that I want to do, bro. Getting on the rim. Look at that, bro. Dotting the corners. Look at that. All ISO with the ISO center, bro. And if you guys think you're not gonna be able to do your center duties, grab rebound, stuff like that, you can also do that. I'm just cooking these guys right now, bro. And I'm gonna show you guys a little later what I really made this build for. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm really pretty much just trolling right here, just having a little bit of fun. You know how 2K is, and just dotting the corners, and boom, we get them boys off the court. Almost. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. But we're killing these guys, man, and they can literally not stop me, bro. I'm telling you guys, like I said, I wouldn't advise playing point guard just in case you don't have a point guard, you just want to have fun. But you can do these type of things, bro, and you will never have a dull moment of just setting screens, grabbing rebounds, and letting your point guard just go crazy. You will be able to contribute in all types of ways. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely the build that you need, and you'll be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Just burn up. You feel me? Look at that, bro. No point guard. I'm able to orchestrate the offense, 15 points a game, and go crazy. But this is really what I made this build for. I made this build to pretty much play with the randeezes, to play with the randoms, and not have to pretty much rely all the way on my point guard. Because some of you guys, if you know, you play random threes, bro, you know sometimes you never know what kind of guard you're gonna get, bro. Some of these guys, they make point guards and don't know how to do a basic size up. So it gets bad sometimes in here, bro. And I wanted that build to, you know, to just be able to help out a little bit, as you're gonna see in this video, and also take away from having to play ones. I know I'm a ones player the most. That's usually what I play, but I wanted just something with a switch up, and you will be able to do that pretty much with this build right here, man. It is a great randoms build, so you guys that don't have a squad all the time, you should definitely make a build like this. And a lot of times they're gonna do just what he did. They're gonna leave you wide open. Look at that, bro. They're not expecting an ISO big out here, bro. So they're gonna leave you wide open. You can run point center, and you're gonna be able to pretty much go crazy. And offensively, you're gonna have the upper hand most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have the footers, they have the inside footers with no defense. So if you even know how to do a couple dribble moves, you're gonna go crazy on this game. Look, bro, just look at this right here. You can see my point guard, he's not a traditional guard, as you can see right here. He's not a traditional go get a bucket guard. And these type of players, you're gonna need a little bit of help. You know, right here, I'm wide open. Takes them forever to hit me. And look, I'm able to get my own bucket with the lean it and green it, Darth Fade burner. Yeah. You feel me? This build would be able to, look at him again. He's pretty much getting clamped. I'm wide open. Look, he doesn't want to come down. He's not respecting my burner. And again, we end up burning him up. You feel me? You will be able to do things like this. Again, I am wide open, even though he takes a bad shot. Right here, I want y'all to pay attention. That's one bad shot from this guy. That's a turnover. So that's two bad plays from the guy. No disrespect to him. And right here, he misses. You know what I'm saying? That's three bad plays where he's missed. And right here, he knows he's fucking up. It's 17-13. We're down because he made three bad plays. He's able to give the ball to me and take some of that pressure off of him. So you get what I'm saying? If your point guard is effing up, you can get the ball and you can go crazy a little bit and really help him out. Look right there. 2 plays in a row. Boom, that's 5-point swing from the ISO center. Me being able to help that guy out. And look, I'm snagging on the 7-footers.
I missed you, my bad, bro.
right there. I did end up missing, as you see right there. And look, I'm able to get these boys off the court. Look, he messed up 3 plays. I came back and helped him out on the next 3 plays and got them off the court. And look, I'm able to score what? 16 points, 4 for 4 like it's Wendy's, and really help out my guard. So if you're a casual player or you play with casual friends and you don't really have a good point guard, this build is great to support him as a front running build. All right, now let's get into the build. If you made it this far in the video, comment ISO center in the comment section. But pretty much what I went with, I went to position. You can go power forward or center. I went center just so I always play to center position. So I went right there. This is pretty much a undersized center. So we went in a medium spot. We wanted a lot of attributes, and we wanted to be able to hold our own, still get the 99 rebounded, and still have enough to actually put dribbling on the build so you don't really miss out on anything. So with that, we went with a 6'8". You go 6'9", you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna miss out on some of those attributes. But like I said, this is pretty much an ISO center, small ball type of player, bro, like a Draymond Green type of player, and he can do the same things Draymond can do. So right there, we went with that right there. Then with the weight, you're gonna go with the weight. You want to put some weight on so you can put your strength up and so you can get your 99 rebounding. So right there, we went with 270 on the weight. And with the wingspan, you're gonna go, you want this to be kind of high because you want to be able to get 99 defensive rebound, because you're gonna be going against 7-footers. So you want to make sure that your rebounding is up. You cannot slouch and go 92 or something like that. You will get snagged on all day, and especially get snagged on if they're sitting in the dead spots. And I wanted to be able to get my mid-range to an 87 to get my jump shot that I have on all my other builds. So that's why I went with that. So when it comes to, let's start with the speed. With the speed, I wanted to be able to move around, play the PNR, get back, do things like that, and not be overly slow, because like I said, this is a build that you're going to be playing with randoms, so you can't do like you're playing with a squad and you can go sit corner and let your lockdown and your point guard play the PNR. You're going to be playing the PNR 9 times out of 10. So you want to have enough speed to actually get around the court. If you gotta guard the point guard, you can guard him for a couple of steps till somebody gets back, and with 80 speed, you'll be able to do just that. With the agility, we put the agility to a 71 right here. With the strength, and I forgot to tell you guys, you want to watch this video all the way through, because I'm gonna actually tell you guys where I put my cap breakers. I actually have, I think, 16 cap breakers. So you're not gonna know what they are if you don't watch this all the way through, as I tell you guys where I put them at. Right here, I started out with this at a 90. You definitely want to have strength on your build. I did use 3 cap breakers to get that to a 93. When you get that to a 93, you will eventually have your strong handles on red, on legend. It doesn't show right now, just so you can nutmeg and do things like that. So we did get this to a 93. With the vertical, I made sure my vertical was as high as it could be, because like I said, you are a small ball 5. You are smaller. You're going to be going against 7-footers, and the way to combat that is your defensive rebound and your vertical. You're going to have to out jump them. As you see right here, I'm out jumping them. You get what I'm saying? So you'll be able to out jump them if you have your vertical as high as you can get it. And what I went with this at a 87. Then I used 5 cap breakers to get it to a 92. So you're gonna be able to out jump them guys. A lot of times when you're making big men, you want to go with your offensive rebounding over your defensive rebounding, because it's less hits, less points. But you don't want to do that on this build, because again, you are undersized. You're gonna be going against 7-footers who have 99 offensive rebounding. If you have 70 or 80 defensive rebound, you're not going to get any of the boards over them guys. So you have to combat their 99. So the only way to combat their 99 is to put it on your defensive rebound. So what we did right here, we put this at a 94, and I used 5 of my cap breakers to get that to a 99. Offensive rebound, what we did, we put this right here at a 70. With the block, we put the block to a 74. With the steal, we put the steal. I did want to have steal on this build to get lanes and to rip these bigs. And what I did with that, I put that at a 85. So we do have steal on the build. And a lot of this, when it comes to centers, bro, it really depends on positioning, bro. You know, blocks are not the best, defense isn't the best, to be honest. So a lot of that, if you're down there, you would knock a lot of these guys out the air if you're down there. And like I said, I wanted to be able to guard people. You will be able to guard people with this build. So we actually put this at an 84. You have it movable, you have your own ball. You won't be able to get any of that with a 7-footer. You know what I'm saying? So you're really, really versatile with this build. With the speed with ball, we put the speed at ball right here at a 60. What that's gonna do is gonna give you the best dribble style for big men or for bigger builds, which is Zion Williamson. You have to have a 60 speed with ball to get that. Ball handling, we put this right here at an 81. You'll be able to get all the good six and up, you know, dribble moves. So put that right there. Look at the strong handles already going up. Like I said, it's actually gonna be on red. With the pass act, we put this right here at a 70. Free throw, I am a part player. I don't play any 5, so I don't use that at all. With the 3-pointer, this is a crazy one. This is a crazy one. Some of you guys have seen me on stream with this build, and I shoot great with this build. Shout out to my boy Spiff for putting me onto this. He told me, yo, put that at a 70 and put your midi up, bro. You're a great shooter. You will be able to shoot. And he was not lying, bro. I'm able to shoot, as y'all seen in them 2 gameplays, very, very good with a 73 ball. What it really is the badges in your mid-range. You gotta have the mid-range up though. And what I did with the mid-range, I put this up to a 85. Then to 85, then I put up 2 more to put it to an 87 to get my jump shot that I have on all my other players. So if you guys are struggling with a jump shot, I have plenty of jump shots popping up in the top right of the screen, and you can definitely go check out that after this video, and you will have no problem shooting with a 73 ball. I wish I would have did this sooner on this game. I would have had some crazy builds, but hey, better late than never. So we went with that right there. Post control, we're not posting up. We're pretty much ISOing on the build with the standy dunk. We're not really standing dunking. Everything's gonna be driving because, like I said, you're gonna be ISOing with the ISO. With the driving, we did put the driving up. We put the driving up. Hold on, something is off. Hold on. Sorry, I actually messed up. I messed up, y'all. You're gonna eventually put your ball handle up to an 81. I had to pump that down, and I used a cap breaker to get it up. So it's actually an 80 right here. Use a cap breaker, you'll get that up. Speed of ball, all that's fine. And what you want to do, you want to use that last one right there, and it's gonna get it to a 73. That's all it is with all the cap breakers. And once you make it, you get a pretty unique name. And you look at that, just like I said, this is a Draymond Green, bro. It really is a Draymond Green, but you can do a lot more than Draymond Green does. You'll be able to do a little bit of everything on the build. And I'm gonna show you guys the SIGs, but look, it is a mid-range small ball 5. Alright, and these are pretty much the SIGs right here. You get everything a tall build pretty much gets on the build. So the build is gonna be super crazy. This is everything that I have on the build. The only thing you can put whatever you want to put on the build, but the most important thing you want to do, man, you want to make sure your motion style is Dennis Rodman, or you want to use somebody that's a good rebounder, so you get the good rebounding animations, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm using D-Rob right there. But anything else, bro, you can pretty much use what you want. Look, you even have the go-to shot with the KD, so you're gonna be moving around the court. You know, you got the dribble style of Zion. You know, you pretty much have everything that you want on the build. But that's pretty much all I have for. Oh yeah, let me show you guys the dunks too. I forgot. Let me show you guys the dunks just in case you want those. These are pretty much all the dunks I have on the build. I pretty much only do 1-footed. So I use the flashies off one. Those are my go-tos pretty much, but those are the best dunk packages on the game, especially when you're driving. So that's pretty much all I pretty much use right there. Then, you know, you got your standing dunks. You want to equip those. Then I also equip the Klay Thompson on the dunking. So I think that's pretty much in your alley hoops, of course. Boom, you do get alleys. So that's pretty much all on the build, guys. But this is a pretty dope build, man. One of my favorite builds to play on the game. You guys let me know what you think of the build. Again, don't forget to hit that like button if you guys have not. And don't forget to subscribe for more great content from the burner. And y'all already know who it is. Burn up.